I'll go ahead and get started here. Softball Recruiting 101. Thanks so much for joining in with our topic tonight. My name is Joyce WELLHOEFER, the recruiting coach here at NCSA. I've been here for the past years now, working with thousands of families through that time, helping them find success. And before I came to NCSA, I was a college coach. I did that for 20 years. I coached 5 different schools, Division I, Division II, and NAI levels. You can see the school logos here on the right. Self-played, played in college, played after college, played overseas some. Coach, I say all that just so that you have an understanding of where I'm coming from, and having been that part as a college coach, I can give you guys some insight. What we'll here today is going to be that by the time you walk away from this session, you'll have a great overview on what's needed, what to expect in your journey of being recruited by college softball coaches. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to look at completing your profile, what's needed there, also talk about the college softball levels, give you a big picture on that, and then how you can find success with your recruiting. Thanks for joining here. If you got some questions, you can chat box there. But looking at the profile here, how the coach evaluates you, all these items are necessary, and you really want to see how much of this do you have filled out on your profile. The skills video, absolutely, coaches will want to see your skill set. Academics, they'll want to see the written documents of your tests, your transcripts, report card, overall GA, of course. The athletic ability, they'll be able to assess some of that by your video, but also if you can get some measurables, like if you're a pitcher, your velocity, a catcher, your pop time, running speed, home to first, for all. And certainly your summer team, your travel team, that's when the college coaches are going to be able to come out and watch you. In spring, during your high school seasons, for most states, the college coaches are in season. Also want to see statistics if you're able to get these, such as batting statistics, pitching statistics, for high school and for travel teams. I know some of them don't keep them, or sometimes the coaches, don't share that information, but if you can and put those on there, it would be helpful. High school awards. So in other words, is your profile ready to be evaluated? Do you have this filled out? And just looking at a couple of these parts, when you go up to the edit profile, that's where you're going to see what is still missing. So just taking a look here with the video tab. And, depending on the type of membership you have here with NCSA, you all put YouTube videos up here. Those would show on the profile immediately. And then depending if you have a membership where we would edit video, you could upload new video here. So, and get skills footage on there. If you're wondering what should your skills video be, and what should include, you find that information under your NCSA University tab. The resource library tab right below there. And then you look at the video guidelines, all sports, and then the softball tab. Written directions in that softball guidelines, but also at the bottom of that page, the examples. And if you click to look at the examples, you got your 6 different positions. Middle infield is together, but otherwise you got your 6 different positions there. So that's the best way to look at it, and there you can see what drills did the catchers do. Hitting angles do I need for my batting? Can be most beneficial. That's what I was mentioning. These are some things that coaches can use to compare with hard facts, measurables. These are verified by a third party, meaning it could be your travel coach, it could be your high school coach. So if you can get the pitching velocities, your catcher pop time, home to first time, get the ones with grip strength and bat speed and all that, perfect. But don't think it's going to stop coaches from recruiting you if you can't get every one of these categories. Under the athletics tab, Comes get overlooked as far as adding your stats. So that you would add your pitching and hitting stats, batting averages and things. Extra base hits could be very important. That are each individual season. There's a blue add edit stats button to that save button. And as far as putting your schedules on here, again, the summertime is a key time when college coaches are coming out to watch. So if you upload the team schedules there, right below the jersey number, within the individual seasons, or another place would be up here under the events tab. And there you could list it out one by one. Have those schedules available for the college coaches so they can see where you're going to be playing. Practices, I want to point out, is going to be a key area here because that's how some college coaches are going to be able to search. They search for girls that have indicated they're interested in their state or if they're in divisions or certain other things. Now, the best way this is going to work is if you would have some preferences that you prefer some states over others. Don't say yes to everything and don't say maybe to everything. You know, have some that they're interested in these states and others maybe that not so much. The coaches will, like I say, utilize that to so that's the profile. The next thing I want to talk about is what opportunities are out there. And so this chart shows the different opportunities. You got four-year schools, your first four categories here, four-year colleges. So just breaking these down, NCAA Division I and II, you can have about the same amount of schools, almost 300 in those both categories. There's the scholarship breakdown, 12 for Division I, 7 for Division II, 7.2. Scholarship size sometimes could be a little bigger in Division I. Division II might be a smaller. But in one, they're going to recruit the best players from top travel teams, those players that play competitive tournaments during the summer, meaning the PGF or the ASA Gold. And have to keep in mind the top programs do make offers early. They recruit sophomores and certainly freshmen from high schools, some even 8th grade. So it's an early process. You have to have polished skills early and young to be for these colleges. Division II schools, there's overlap. The top Division II schools can compete and beat some of your lower level Division I. They can hold tryouts for high school juniors and seniors. You could go and practice with their teams, and the top programs for this division in Division II, they make offers as well early to sophomores and juniors. I already have sophomores that have committed to Division IIs and certainly a number of juniors. Your boy Division III, this is your biggest group of schools. There's over 400 programs that compete Division III. It's more of a balance, academic, athletic. There are no softball scholarships, and the rosters can range from very small to maybe 2 teams, so it could even be more than 20. But their financial packages consist of academic, merit, need-based, work study, those type of things. So they do put together financial packages. And what happens at a lot of the Division III schools is once you're enrolled at the school in the fall, that's when you would make a team or try out for the team. There are some Division III schools, the top ones, that will finish recruiting in the fall of senior year. So don't think that you have forever to get on any Division III team. That's always the case. Schools, that's the last here of the four-year programs. That is a different organization. It stands for National Association of Intercollegiate Athletics. So they have their own recruiting rules. They have their own eligibility rules. And see, there's just under 200 schools that compete in NAIA. The ships that they could have is 10, almost as many as Division I. The roster can be very small, but again, if they have a JV program, it can be upwards of 28. There is overlap Because they can have up to 10 scholarships, some of the top NAIA schools can beat lower level Division I's. They compete more like the Division II range. Just like your Division IIs, have tryouts for high school players. You can practice a college team as a high school player. Here is your two-year schools, your junior colleges. There's 3 levels, national, and then you have other. The other are your West Coast, your Cali, and then up in the Pacific area, because they have their own organization. This Division I, they do have scholarships. They can have 24. Division II can have 12. And again, because they can have twice as many as a regular Division I, your top Division I junior colleges can compete and do so in the fall with your regular Division I schools. They do the tryouts and practices with the college team. Your top programs are in the warmer states, and we at NCSA would help you as well if you decide to go that 2-year route. This gives you a nice picture of your opportunities. There's over 1,600 opportunities here to play at the college level, so that's a lot of great choices. On the rules, you've got understanding what's needed on the profile. You know what opportunities there are. The rules. So Division I and Division II has some rules they have to follow on when they can contact you as a student athlete. So Division II, it stands as June 15th after the sophomore year. That's when your Division II coaches can email, text, and call. It happened with Division I until September 1st of the junior year. That's when Division I coaches can email, call, and text. But you as a student athlete can call. You can email any coach anytime. You can visit schools and talk to the coaches face-to-face on campus during dead periods. And there's some dead periods this week because of the signing time for seniors. But it's usually only a couple days. So you'll send you, it's going to be a website here to be able to get you the rules and calendars. Otherwise, you can just Google NCAA Division I softball recruiting calendar or NCAA Division I softball recruiting rules or Division II. Do that link. Important that you get a feel for the school and the softball program. So take a look at the school, look at the roster. Simply Google University X softball team, and it'll bring you to their page. That's the easiest and quickest. And from there, I picked this roster because here these columns have the arrows where I can sort the in these columns. So if I want to see how many juniors do they have on the team, I can sort this column. Or how many catchers do they carry? I can here. And that can give you a nice idea on what they possibly could have. Take a look at where the girls are from. See them from your state or out of state if you're from that school state. Then one of the girls preferably study in your state and get an idea on what's in their high school background. Do they talk about in there? Dean is a that most college coaches are really going to be interested in. If you're not a pitcher, is a big skill that they're looking for. This one is also good that it shows what they're majoring in. So if you have some major that's a little bit more niche, such as maybe engineering or the sciences or medical, you could then see do girls on the team. So I ask you to fill out their questionnaires. You can find those again when you come to their maybe athletic page, or in this case it's under the softball page. Here it's under just the general athletic page, these two. Fill out those questionnaires you get in their mailing and be able to get information from them. So what should you communicate? How, what do you put in the content? What coaches want to know? So that's really important, being a former coach myself, that you tell the coach why you're interested in their school, what you like about the school, what do you know about the team, or is there connections? Did your mom and dad go to school there? In other words, making it personal. And if you fill out that questionnaire, let them know that as well. but include your profile so they can take a look at your skill set, at where you might be playing, the travel team, all that information. Because they want to be able to see that, okay, you seem to be a good fit for our school, our team, but let me see if you have the skill set and the grades that we need you to have. And the thing is to be able to ask coaches questions. Remember the rules, though, okay? So if you're NAI or if you're an underclassman, the coaches that can respond to right now are NAIA, Division III, or the junior colleges. The Division II cannot if you're an underclassman, sophomore or below. And an upperclassman, anybody. If you're a junior or senior, anybody. Make it a specific question. I look at your roster and I see you've got 3 girls that'll graduate my year. I'm currently recruiting for a 2009 catcher. We'll be attending Surf City tournament. You know, get specific. Just ask these blanket questions right here that I posted. Make it a specific question. Successful. So I put in here a couple steps that you can to achieve success here with finding the right school. The first thing, as we talked about when we started, is completing that profile and keeping it updated. You know, get grades on there, your skills video. It should be new video every 6 months. As you continually get better, you should have stats, the teams you play for, the tournaments you're going to be in, your preferences. Take a look at those every so often. Maybe they change. Maybe you thought you wanted to go further away, but now you want to stay closer to home. Maybe you change majors. So if you're in your senior, make sure you have your contact information, cell numbers, because coaches want to talk to you directly. Active on your account, because college coaches can see last time you logged in. They can see if you favorite their school, if you highlight that star for them. So use that. It's a great tool here that you have. Take advantage of your recruiting education found under your NCSA University. Recruiting classes like this. Look at rosters. See how they were, what their schedule, how they competed. And building that target list of schools that meet what you're looking for. And then definitely communicate with coaches regularly, engage them through asking questions, updates, but those emails short, comment on how their season went or how they're doing. Use media, that's another good way to stay engaged. If you are one that is on social media, follow the teams. Taking the recruiting classes, as I mentioned. Spending time, it's really critical you spend time on your recruiting. Just like you spend time on getting better with your skill set, you have to put time into recruiting, looking at schools, contacting and communicating with the coaches. It's important. And then you do have a membership where you have the personal recruiting sessions with a coach. Then be sure and set a time up. You can up here in the top here with your membership information, and then get a coaching session. Those of you might not have this membership, maybe you want to, upgrade to that, and you can always call this number, and we can help you on that as well. But that'll bring you to a calendar there where you can set up a time. And the last thing I want to touch on is your NCAA, the Eligibility Center, and the NAIA. There's 2 separate ones. They recommend, if you're going to play NCAA Division I or II, that you register as a sophomore. So if you've got some strong interest from NCAA Division I or IIs, that you would go ahead and register for that. The fee, it's $80. It's going to ask you some questions, so you need to respond to. And if you are taking an ACT or SAT, plug in the code 9999, then send that directly to the NCAA. The test will. And then they have their own. They have a separate one. And so, again, $80 fee, and that code would be 9876. Is there questions that anybody would have here of information we went through? Or not, you can go ahead and drop off, and I will be sending out the recording.